Hello everybody, my name is Jadwiga and I'm a librarian at the Sterling Heights Public Library. The great way of spending time with your family and friends is playing card or board games. Today I would like to give you some suggestions. I chose few of my favorites. Most of them are relatively easy to learn and play, but I will recommend to you some more complicated as well. You might enjoy these games with your older kids, since most of them are recommended for ages 7+ or in some cases even older. For some suggestions that I'm going to talk about, there are junior versions. Let us start. My first two recommendations are similar card games: 5 Crowns and Phase 10. Since they are packed in small boxes, they're easy to grab when you are on vacation or when you're traveling or when you have, for example, family picnic. 5 Crowns is a rummy-style game that can be played with 2 to 7 players. You play 11 hands in which you create runs and sets. The winner is the player with lowest score after all hands are played. Recommended for ages 8 to adult. There is also a junior version of this game that is for ages 5 and up. In Phase 10, you have specific phases that you have to play. It is for 2 to 6 players, ages 7 and up. The player who finishes first all phases wins. Another short and fun card game for 2 to 8 players, ages 8 and up, is Quiddler. The goal of the game is creating words using cards from your hand and getting maximum score. Every round you get different number of cards. It has 8 rounds and it takes around half hour to play. There is also a junior version of this game. I talked about Rummy style card game. My next recommendation is Rummy tile game, Rummy Cube. It can be played by 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and to adult. The object of the game is to create sets and rounds with tiles that you have on your rack. The person who gets rid of all tiles from his or her racks wins. There's also, again, junior version of this game for ages 4 and up. The next game has actual board to play. Ticket to Ride can play 2 to 5 players, ages 8 and up. In this one, you actually have board game, little trains, destination cards, and train cards. The object of the game is having the most points, and you can get them by putting trains on board, completing your destination routes, and having the longest continuous train on the board. It is easy to learn and fun to play with kids or teens. You can purchase different packs having different maps to play. I have it up here, Ticket to Ride Europe. You can get Ticket to Ride Nordic countries or Heart of Africa. There are multiple of them. There is also Ticket to Ride First Journey, which is actually junior version of this game for kids ages 6 and up. My next choice has 2 versions. Lost Cities, the board game, and a little bit easier version, Lost Cities, the card game. The board game is for 2 to 4 players, and card games is specifically designed for 2 players. Both versions are for ages 10 and up. In a board game, you have actually board, little money tokens, special tokens, and cards. You played 3 rounds. Those are called expeditions. The player with the most points in the end wins. It is very simple and casual game for beginners. The card version has actually only cards and very little board, and it is super quick for 2 players. The next game that I really enjoy playing is Catan. Although for this game you need minimum 3 people to play, and this game is designed for 3 to 4 players. With some extensions, you can actually play with more players. This game is designed for ages 10 and up. The game has small hexes, development and resources cards, and some other small pieces. The object of the game is to get 10 points. There are different versions and different extensions for this game to keep it entertaining. Also, there is a junior version of this game for ages 6 and up. My next 2 recommendations are a little bit more complicated. 7 Wonders is a strategic game for 2 to 7 players, ages 10 and up. There is also 7 Wonders Duel that is designed specifically for 2 players. In this game, we have some boards, cards, and tokens. Players share resources, knowledge, they build the wonder, and engage in the war. You build infrastructure, science, and weapons. The goal of this game is to become the greatest civilization by getting the most points from a variety of sources. It is an extremely competitive game, and it takes a little bit more time to learn the rules. But once you get it, it is a lot of fun. There are a few extensions that you can add to your base game if you like it. The last game that I would like to recommend to you is Dominion. It is a deck building game for 2 to 4 players, ages 14 and up. Every player plays with their own deck of cards. There are some victory points cards, coin cards, action cards. Every game is played with 10 decks of cards, and in a base game you have actually 25 decks. So each game can be played with different set of cards, which keeps this game really entertaining every time when you play it. And if you like it, there are quite few extensions that you can purchase and play with your base game. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you will try some of these games with your family or friends, and you will have as much fun playing them as I do. Take care.